we are live. I just want to make sure. What's the audio, microphone? Okay, everything's plugged in. We're looking good. Let's see. Is it coming onto? Is it coming onto the YouTubes as it should be? It says the stream is online. Starting. Ah, there we go. Receiving my content. Fantastic. All right. As long as it is receiving my content, then that is great. I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer just to make sure. Yeah, there we go. See something. Fantastic, fantastic. Right. Hello everybody and welcome to my live stream. This is going to be like a live going through of my stuff basically. I'm going to just sit here and go through all the stuff that I've picked up this morning. So let me just okay, let me just quickly get this sorted. Alright, like I said guys, this is just going to be a standard haul video, except I'm doing it live. I've got my latte here. Look at my latte art. I did that all by myself. It's a bit crap. It's meant to be like some kind of nice thing, but I'm still learning. I'm still trying to get good at this. It's not easy to do latte art actually. It takes a lot of practice. So I'm hoping that eventually I will become better at it. But anyway, that's kind of off topic. The whole point of this video, like I said, is to go through the stuff I picked up this morning at the boot fair. Now it's starting to get colder. The boot fairs are becoming less busy, populated. I mean, this morning when I got there, it looked like it was going to be a really small boot fair, but because I hung around for in the end about 3 hours, by the end of it had become respectable. Like a lot of sellers turned up a lot later than they perhaps would in the summer months, but you know, it's still fine. The good thing is there was a lot of regular faces that I didn't see, so maybe they thought it just wouldn't be worth it. So it could be that, which again would work in my favor. It wouldn't be a bad thing. So I think that's pretty cool. It's pros and cons with everything, isn't there? So during the summer months, the boot fairs are bigger, but the competition's also more. So in the colder months, the boot fairs become smaller, but you might not have the same level of competition. Anyway, I'm going to start going through my stuff because I've babbled on a little bit too long. Hold on, I'm just gonna. Oh, that was a really good coffee, that is. I'm into my coffee. I like making good coffee. Like freshly ground beans. I've got like a commercial coffee grinder and a nice machine, and I make coffee. It's just one of the things I like doing. Anyway, the first item I picked up today. Now, this I kind of knew wouldn't be worth a ton of money. This is a old Ferguson Video Star color camcorder. It probably doesn't work, but it's built really well. I mean, like, it's got a nice little handle. It's even got its little lens cap there. If I look through it, yeah, obviously because it's not switched on. There you go, shutter. Yes, got really nice clicks to the buttons. But yeah, nothing happens, which doesn't surprise me because this thing is obviously going to require parts, probably going to require refurbishment, but I paid £1 for it. Now, what I'm hoping is that the person that buys this isn't going to really refurbish it, but what they're going to do is they're going to just use it as a prop of some kind, you know, like some kind of a movie prop. So that's my hope with this. So that was just £1. I've seen these go for about £10-15, so I wouldn't lose money on it. I knew that, especially not at £1. But like I said, I'm hoping to stick it on like a vintage as a vintage prop. It's a solidly built machine, nice bit of history if nothing else, made in Japan, really nice, by Ferguson. It's called the Ferguson Video. So that's the first item I was going to show you. and have shown you. So that's that. Next item I'm going to show you um, is this belt buckle. I paid £2 for this, and the reason I paid £2 for it is it caught my eye. It said Chambers Belt Company on the back, and it says made in the USA. So the fact that it's made in America kind of made me think it's going to have a little bit more value than a lot of other items which are similar to this, which are made obviously in places like China. So anytime you see something that's made either in the United States or made in England, obviously, or made in Japan or Germany, any country like that that's not China, that's not Taiwan, that's not, uh, yeah, basically those kind of countries, those like Far East mass production type countries, then you'll be onto, likelihood is you'll be onto something that's decent. Now I've seen a lot of these sell over in the States for up to $25, so I would expect to put this on buy it now and get something like a tenner for it. It'll obviously go as a large letter, which is really good. People have tried to sell these at auction and only achieved like 99p plus their £3 postage, which would be a bit of a fail, but I think to the right buyer, like a bit of Americana, an American brand, I think that's definitely worthwhile. So only paid, well, I say only, it was a bit more than I would have liked to have paid, but £2, and I'm pretty happy with that. So that's the second item. Um, Next, we're going to move on to a couple of sealed items that I've picked up with the view of FBAing them. The first one is this, just a pack of Nerf Bullets, 12 of them. It cost me £1, and I figure it'll be good kind of box filler, so you're not wasting airspace in your Amazon FBA boxes with packing material or package void. You may as well just fill it with this, even though you'll only make a few quid out of it. It makes sense to pick up something like this and shove that into your Amazon shipment rather than filling it with void fill. So for £1, I think I can't go wrong with that. Fantastic. Next item, again, this is sealed as well, so anything that was sealed I picked up. This is DC Super Friends. I think I paid 50p or £1 for this. Not a lot at all. I think I paid 50 pence or £1. Now that is pretty fantastic because it's 4 little puzzles. They're only 16 pieces, 24 pieces, 35 and 50. It's for ages 3 and up by Jumbo, so it's for kids. But it's the in thing right now. You've got Superman, you've got Batman, you've got Iron Man. Hold on, no, not Iron Man. That would be Marvel. That's the Flash. You've got Robin, the Green Lantern, the Joker. You've got all the DC characters there, and for 50p again. I'm not sure what it goes for, but that's going to go to FBA as well. So that's 2 FBA items there. So whenever I pick up anything new, it's pretty much going to go to FBA. There are a couple of exceptions, but I'll get to those. Next item I paid £1.50 for. This should do okay for me as well. This is the double-sided Impossible puzzle. You'd have to be mental to attempt this, I think. 550 pieces. It just looks like it would make your mind melt trying this out. But £1.50, brand new and sealed. Again, that's going to go on to Amazon FBA. Okay, and another sealed item. I think I paid 50 pence for this. 50p. You have to just try it out. It's by 4M, and this is Excavate a Medieval Knight. So it's like a little kit that you have where you'll receive a block, you can see on the back, and you hack away at it with the plastic tools and brush provided to reveal a 90mm tall plastic knight. Now, so if that's your cup of tea, or you want to give that as a gift, that's the kind of thing that I'll be selling on Amazon. So that's that item there. I've picked up an unsealed board game, but it was only for 50 pence, and it's Monopoly, the Disney edition. Now, what I tend to do is, obviously in the heat of a moment in a boot fair, you can't start counting out the number of houses, the number of cards, the chest cards or whatever. So what I do is I take a very quick look inside and make sure that the movers or the pieces, the mover pieces are there, because those alone will cover you for your investment. You can sell the Disney ones for about £7-8 on their own. So if it is an incomplete board game, still for 50p, I'll definitely make money on it. But it does actually look complete, but obviously I couldn't be 100% certain. So that's the next item. So 50p, cannot really complain. And like I said, I made sure all the pieces were there. So sorry, we're gonna have another. You can see, even though it's been a while, my coffee art, my latte art is still there. It's not very good, but it's still there. And that's like, that means I steamed the milk properly. So side note, but still interesting. Okay, moving on. I seem to collect videos. I don't know why, but I keep on buying videos. They're fantastic items, and people don't value them, which is great for us as resellers. Now, this video, the lady was like, "Oh, I don't know. You tell me a price." And I was like, "No, I don't know. You tell me." And she just said, "Couple of quid." I was like, "Couple of quid sounds good to me." This is an old Ferguson video recorder with stereo sound, FV43 model. It comes with its operating instructions, which in itself is amazing, an installation card, but check out this remote control. I mean, that is insane. That is a cool remote control, and it's got a little flip up section here, and it's got like a screen. It's made in Japan. The magic words that I always look for, if you've got made in Japan, that's really good. It is held together with a bit of electrical tape there. As you can see, the hinge has obviously broken, but they've done a great MacGyver job there using a bit of electrical tape, and it actually works pretty well. I'll obviously mention that in the listing, but the remote itself is in great condition. The buttons, etc., they all look fine. That is a solid remote control, really fancy. And the video itself, bloody hell, it weighs a ton. It is a quality bit of kit. £299 retail, it says on the back of it. And it's got a little sticker on it. So at one point this would have been about £300. Obviously we're a long way away from that now, but it's a 3-head dual something video star VHS player, and VHS players like this are desirable because you've got like the vintage chic retro element to them. Like I said, and the made in Japan is definitely something which adds value. Okay, moving on. Let's see what else I can show you. Got a bit of a dirty baseball cap. Paid 50p for it. It is dirty, but it's a LA Lakers cap. Mitchell and Ness on the back, and it's Hardwood Classics, nostalgia company, which is Ness. It's made in China. I think that's pretty decent. It looks nice. It just needs a bit of a wash, and from 50p I think I should be able to get hopefully around a tenner for that, which would be pretty cool. Any LA Lakers fan would be happy to have that. Next up, I paid £2 for this plush, but this is his Shadow Sonic. Again, he probably needs a bit of a wash. He's a bit dirty looking. He's by a Gosh brand. It just says Sonic X. That's the range of Sonic that this guy would have come from, but this is the Shadow version, so pretty cool. Let's see him there. £2. I've seen these go for around the £15 mark, so that's pretty cool for me. Okay, this is another cool pickup. Saw this at the beginning of the boot fair, really, so I was lucky I got to it. Guy wanted £5. Now, it's a pure Siesta iDock. Now, it's not just an iPhone and iPod dock. For that, it wouldn't be worth much, because this uses the old 40-pin connector that the old iPhones and the old iPods used, so no good for that. However, it's also a pure DAB alarm clock radio, so for £5 I knew I was going to make a profit on that. That would be no issue at all. And the nice thing is the guy has kept it in its original box. It has its original instruction manual, the mains plug, everything is there. It's in really good condition. So for £5, that's a fantastic price. I haven't actually seen what they go for, but I'm gonna do that now actually, because I can just pop across, so see what my fiver gets me. Siesta. I hope it gets me something cool, otherwise it'll be sad, because I'm really pumped. The last one sold on Buy It Now today for £38 plus £5 postage, and they have boxed gone for £50 plus £3 postage. Wow. Regularly as well. So, or is it the same one that's been sold many times? This guy must have had a lot of them, or he was just selling them again and again. I don't know, but I've just had a look, and that's really good. So from £5, I expect to sell that for about £50, which is great. Can't go wrong. There we go. Okay. Alright. Next item. What is the next item I'm going to show you? Let's get that out of the way. Oh gosh, have another coffee. Let's have a look. Thanks Picking for Profit. I'm glad you like the Sonic plush. It is pretty cool. It's a Shadow Sonic, isn't it? So, like I said, bought it for 2, should go for about 15. So, pretty happy with that. Right, moving on to the next bag. Whoops, I don't know. There you go. Picked up this Cinderella mug. Yeah, it has a box. The box is a bit crushed. You can see the box is a little bit crushed, but it's there. But the reason why I bought this one, I mean, it does actually have a price of £4.95 on the bottom of it. But this is back in the day where the French price was 49 francs, the German price was 15 Deutschmark, and the Spanish price was 995 pesetas. So you can tell this is pre-Euro. And the nice thing is, like I said, the reason why I bought this mug is I don't tend to buy mugs when they're made in Japan or China. Sorry, I would buy them if they're made in Japan, not China, Taiwan, or whatever. But this, it says, is made exclusively for Walt Disney, and it's made in England. So that will ensure I will get a decent price. And you can see it's actually got a scene from Cinderella printed on the side, which is pretty cool. So I paid 50p for that. That should be a comfortable tenner at least, I'd say, especially when it's coming up to Christmas. Take some nice photos of it. Yeah, the box is mashed, so I would not say that it's mint in box or anything like that. The box, as you can see, is tragic, but can't go wrong. It's 50p to actually. I'm going to check it out. I'm not going to, why not? I can do it. So it's the whole point of the stream, isn't it? Let's have a look. Made in England. Made in England. Cinderella mug. Disney. Here you go. Okay. Well, I can't see a Cinderella mug that's made in England, but I've seen a Disney Alice in Wonderland one go by auction for £12.50 with £3 postage. So I'm guessing I've done fine there. So if that's gone for like 15 quid by auction, I reckon I will do just fine with that for 50p. I think I could probably get £20 Buy It Now, and it might go abroad to the global shipping program. So again, for 50p, can't go wrong. And like I said, as soon as I saw Made in England, I knew it was worth getting. Now, I always pick these up. I paid £2 for this. This is a Sony Discman with 10 seconds anti-shock, so it's a bit of an older model, probably not the most desirable, but assuming it's working, which it should do, the battery compartment was nice and clean. Always check the battery compartment, guys, when you're buying something, because it's a nice little tip, because it means that if someone's asking for a certain price and they haven't bothered to take batteries out of it and they've left this for years, chances are the batteries have leaked, and the chances are it'll still work after you've cleaned it with a bit of bicarbonate of soda or whatever. But once you show them that, you can say, look, it looks really gunked up, but I am taking a risk, would you take any less? And more often than not, people will obviously take less because they realise the item is not in the condition that they thought it was. So basically pay £2 for that. I should get around 15. I'm going to check it again. Let's have a look. That way I can... Sony DE300AN. I could be wrong. Well, boxed, it's gone for 20. On buy it now. Yeah, so I mean, boxed, it's gone for 20. So I reckon I should get about £15 for it, which again, from £2 is pretty damn good. Okay. Okay, these all came from the same stall. I picked up an original Game Boy with no fascia, but that's really not a problem because the fascias are readily available. You can get peel back and stick on fascias if you want. So this is the original Game Boy. It's got its serial number still on the back as well, the serial sticker, because sometimes that's missing. The battery compartment is there, and the battery pack looks mint, so the chances are this is going to work absolutely fine. So paid, like I said, £5 for that, Tetris, and this Game Boy Color, which is missing its battery, the back cover. The back cover is not a problem because again you can buy replacements easily if you wish to. So obviously I'm going to test that out. But for a fiver for all three of these items, I'm sure you can agree that that's a pretty damn good buy. Tetris alone you can get about 4 or 5 quid for, not in this condition because as you can see the label is a bit damaged, so but still for a fiver. That was my gaming pickup. I didn't really have any other game pickups today, which was a bit of a shame, but anyway, another. Okay, now we're getting to the end of my boot fair stuff. I've still got a couple of items to show you that I picked up from a charity shop, but this is really awesome, and this is something you should definitely look at. First of all, I got 2 of these Polaroid cameras. These are Polaroid 1s, I believe. What that one is. This one I'm not sure, but it probably is also a Polaroid 1. I paid £8 for both of them. They wanted a fiver each, but the cool thing was I was onto a surefire winner because thankfully they had left the empty film in. Now, empty film, Polaroid film, is a really good thing to have. Even if it's empty, it doesn't matter because the film contains the battery which powers the unit. These things are built amazingly well. It's very rare for a Polaroid camera to not function, but when you're sending it to somewhere like Amazon, you want to make sure it works. Even on eBay, you will get more money if you can definitively say tested and it works. And this one actually, it lights up, it's fine. It's saying 0 because there's no film in there, but you can still kind of see that it works, and you can press the buttons, the timer button and the flash button, and that's going to work absolutely fine. But even better than that, I don't think this one's got it as well, so let me have a look. So I sold one of these on eBay for about £26, but they fetch a lot more money on Amazon FBA. When it comes to Polaroids, whether they're new or not, I really suggest you sell them on Amazon, either as a merchant or as an FBA seller. Even merchants can get crazy prices on their items. If I was to do a quick check for this particular Polaroid, Polaroid 1, if you have a look at a Polaroid 1 on Amazon, you're going to get ridiculous money. Used on FBA, okay, used starts from £39. Going all the way up to £80. That's for used, and there's nobody on FBA currently selling one. So therefore, if I stick it on FBA, I can comfortably get about, I don't know, 40, 50 pounds comfortably for it. So where I've only paid £4 for it. I mean, I sold one of these, like I said, just recently on eBay for £26, but it took a long while. And I've sold Polaroid on FBA as well, and it's so much better. It's when it comes to things like Polaroid, people are happy to buy used Polaroid. It's a very hipster item to have. The film is expensive, so like I said, if one of your cameras comes with even a spent 600 film, keep it, because you can use it to test to see whether the machine powers on, whether all the buttons work. It's really good for that. But also, so like I said, I got those two for £4 each, and I can get probably £60 on FBA, I think, comfortably. I sold one recently for about that much money, about 40 something, and it wasn't as cool a model. Now, to top it off though, from another store, I got this one, which is amazing. This is the Polaroid 640. Now, the cool thing about this one is that the film that it has in it, even though the film itself is empty, if I show you, for some reason, I think someone has stuck something underneath it, or whatever, but this film is showing up whenever you insert this film into this camera or any of the other cameras I've tried. It shows that it's got 10 exposures, even though there are no exposures. Now, it does work because you can actually you can actually shoot the camera. Oh, hold on. Did I shut that properly? And it will actually work on. Let's have a look. Okay, maybe not this time. Well, it did work anyway. I'm gonna have to double check that. But it's empty. Okay, well, maybe it's gone now. But the film alone is still worth it, because I have seen this work. But the film, just even if it's empty, bear in mind, keep it. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this camera here. This is the 640. I've seen this sell for as little as 20 quid on eBay, and as much as 35. On Amazon, there's a guy on Merchant Fulfilled asking about £55 for it. So it's definitely worthwhile you picking those up, obviously. So let me just quickly get the film out of this one here. See what happens when I put it in here. See if it clicks or does anything. Yeah, there you go. You can hear it whirring away, counting. There you go. So that's really cool. You can tell it works just fine. Awesome. So that is definitely something to bear in mind if you're picking up Polaroid. So I picked up 3 today. They all work just fine. If I had film which was full, I'm sure they would. They're in decent enough condition. This one's actually in really good condition. I paid 50p for that, so that's insane. Definitely worth having. So that's my stuff that I've bought from Boot Fair. And I also got a couple of items from the charity shop this week, which I'd like to show you. I haven't been out to as many charity shops as I would have liked to. More because just of being busy and still trying to get stuff at home listed, and I try to avoid going and just picking up more and more and more items. Ooh, I'll just call my. There you go. So I try to avoid picking up more and more items, because wherever I go, I end up finding something. But I did find some really decent buys from my charity shop, and I just want to show you. There's only a couple of them. First one is this. This is a Burns Crystal glass. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, they're really good cameras. I mean, FBA prices are great. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this was quite a little pickup. It wasn't anything special. I paid £2 for it, but I reckon I can get a nice 10 to 15 because it's a nice gift. It's a Burns Crystal dram glass with a Highland cow on it, made in Scotland. It's got a nice little box, good quality. Take a nice photo, and I reckon that will go nicely. So that's one of the things I bought. Now, the thing I'm really excited about, that I really wanted to share with you guys, you've got to share your super special hauls. This I'm really chuffed about. When I was there, oh yeah, I bought a couple of gaming T-shirts, but they're not close enough for me to go and get to show you. There was a Diablo one. Um, uh, I have some empty 600 film. I'm working apart from exposure. And no issues. Sorry guys, I'm being really rude. I'm just typing a message to Tom, um, uh, who's in the chat. Hey guys, if you've got any questions and comments, leave them in the chat as well. Okay, but anyway, getting back to this, this is awesome. So I, like I said, I went there and I bought that little shot glass I showed you, and I also picked up a couple of games T-shirts, like a Diablo one and a Monster Hunter one, which were okay, nothing special, few quid, make a few quid. But then I saw these bowls. Now I know sweet fa about bowls. I've never been bowling in my life. I've never even been 10-pin bowling, let alone lawn bowls. So I have got no experience in this whatsoever. But again, if you can train yourself to look for certain things, the chances are you're gonna be just fine, because you can just pick up the same traits across products. And like I said, one of them is, where is the thing made? As soon as I picked one of these up, I saw it said Thomas Taylor, made in Scotland. And I didn't have very good phone reception, but these are heavy bowls. They look like they're quality. They look really solid. There's 4 of them. And they weigh 1.25 kilos each. I weighed them on a scale, so I've got 4 of them in here, and they come in this really nice. I'm really scared to hold these actually, because I'm worried that one of them's going to fall out and smash my keyboard. But they come in this really nice, strong carry case there, like really strong carry case. Really awesome. And these are size 0 bowls, made in Scotland. I checked them out. They're called the Legacy SLs, and I reckon you can get up to, I've seen them go for over sometimes, but I don't want to kind of tempt I don't want to tempt fate, as it were. It's something that I'm happy about, because I paid £20 for them, and I reckon I can get around 100, which would be fantastic. So that was just for popping into a charity shop. Okay, I can send you one. There you go. Oh, okay, I've just sent that message twice. Okay, well, anyway, but so that has to be for me my kind of pick of the week, maybe, probably, yeah, probably. Well, I mean, I'd say actually that the Pure Radio or the Polaroids is up to it as well. But anyway, those were my hauls. Really happy with them. They look awesome. I think I'll make decent profit out of them. Just need to get and list them. Really glad to see there's 6 people watching this, which is fantastic, and hopefully more people will catch up with it once it's on my channel. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've got any comments, leave them in the comment section. Obviously I'll try to get back to as many comments as I can. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time, and I look forward to seeing many more hauls on the UK reselling Facebook group. It's really great news that we're going to have like hauls up on the main page now. So this video link is on there, and that's where all you guys have come from, I'm guessing. But also it's just really good news that we're going to see others, and I hope to see many more haul videos. Awesome stuff. And see you guys next time. How do I stop?